Welcome back to Al.S Gaming, guys. Today we will be going through some of the news that was released at E3 this week. I'm a bit late, but still, here's a quick breakdown of what was discussed basically. And before we move on, remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more future content like this. Right, so we'll start with the simple ones, or the ones that are coming earlier. So number one, we have the Esper Reset. As mentioned in the previous video, we have the removal of crafting time. So basically, for the slots that you have expanded earlier on, what happens is they're just going to refund you the lapis that you used to expand said slots, and everything's instant right away. So that's pretty cool, I guess. New dungeon tiers unlocked. So for Cactuar Dunes, Gill Snapper Caves, and Enchanted Maze, there will be a higher tier which should cost more energy. And yeah, but the rewards will definitely be a lot better. Next we have the FFBE unit special dungeon. So in this dungeon, you're able to get the unit exclusive items of Rain, Laswell, as well as Fina. And if you equip these items on Rain, Laswell, or Fina, they will get extra abilities or extra buffs based on the individual items. And lastly, you can share your summon results on Facebook and Twitter, I guess. I mean, if you really want to do that, then I guess you can do that now. Next, we have Expeditions, which is a global exclusive, if I'm not wrong. Basically what you do is you have units that probably you haven't been using or don't usually use, and you just send them out on expeditions. And they come back after like a fixed period of time, and what happens is you can get certain items such as Magicites or Awakening Materials for both abilities as well as units. We have a new item called the Scroll of Healing, which basically gives you a team heal. So depending on the size, small or large one, apparently it should give you like a Cura or Cura Jar basically. Scroll of Recovery, which is the opposite, which is an MP heal. And Potion of Deception, which is interesting because it creates a unit duplicate. I'm not sure how this works, but if you can basically create, maybe let's say you have an Orlando, you could create a second Orlando, that would be pretty interesting. Thirdly, we have expansion vouchers, which allows you to expand whichever slot you want, be it equipment, abilities, items, or even units. And let's not forget, there is a chance of you getting Trust Moogle, so 1%, 5% and 10% if I'm not wrong, but basically this will be reviewed later on. Next we have the EX point system, which will also be released on the 22nd of June. For those of you who don't play JP, basically what it is when you purchase Lapis or purchase any in-game item, you get a certain amount of points, and based on the amount you've spent. So basically what happens is these points accumulate, and over time you unlock different rewards based on how much you've spent or how much points you've accumulated. So you can get things from sacred crystals to burst pots to tough pots, you know, enhancing materials if I'm not wrong, as well as 4-star and 5-star guaranteed tickets. So these will be pretty interesting for you whales out there who are hard spenders. Not only that, there is also an exclusive unit to this system. I can't remember her name, but she has a pretty decent rating on JP. So I mean, it doesn't hurt to have a free unit, right? Moving along, as mentioned earlier, we will have the Vault of Hidden Treasures. This should be, I think, similar to the Mysterious Maze. I'm not very sure, but basically you're just gonna get lots of good stuff from here, such as Giant Chris, or basically ability awakening materials, Gill Snappers, and yeah, Gigantuars, I guess. And on top of that, they announced that they will be having a half energy campaign, so that should start this Friday or Thursday. And the basically the minimum energy is still 1 for Earth Shrine, sadly, but everything else will be half energy, which is pretty cool. Next, all portals will be open, so this includes Enchanted Maze, Cactuar Dunes, as well as Gill Snapper's Cave. There is a higher chance of getting amazing success when you're enhancing units, so if you want to enhance units or save your Gigantuars, you can use it. You can choose to use it during this time to make it more efficient. More vision shards, so they confirmed that you should be getting 5 more every day. And apparently you should be able to get an in-game item for free called Rainbow Jacket, which was what someone was wearing on stage. I can't remember his name as well, but there are no details about what it does. It could just be a troll item like Excalibur or whatnot, but it's still pretty interesting. Next, in July, we'll be having the Final Fantasy XII banner, and on this we will be getting a global exclusive, or maybe a timed exclusive, so we'll be getting him first. Zargabath, which is basically the judge if you've pretty much played different Final Fantasy games such as Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy XII, or even Dissidia. And yeah, we don't have any information about him other than his sprite, which looks pretty badass in my opinion. Chances are he will be a 5-star base, and along with him, Asher and Wrestler will be released. So these two units are pretty decent in the sense that Asher has a 92 out of 100 on JP, and she comes with skills such as a 40% defense break. She has a skill that does damage plus Asuna for the whole team. You have MP recovery, which is auto refresh. You have a damage plus HP recovery for the whole team. And you have a skill that gives you plus 50% magic when equipped with a sword. So I'm thinking letters and arms could work really well on her. Next, you have a lightning attack, a bit like Dystopia on Dark Fina, where basically what it does is the more you use it, the more damage you do, and it goes up all the way to ×6. So that is an option right there. Trust Mastery is pretty good, which gives you plus 30% to your magic and MP. So this, in my opinion, will be really good on any mage or any support that requires high MP. So next, Wrestler has a 91 out of 100 on JP. So he's pretty much a decent tank. Has Chiraja, has AoE Asuna, and yeah, his TMR is pretty good in my opinion. You get HP plus 30% and defense plus 20% plus a 50% increase in light resist. So it's pretty much like Hill Digger, except it's better for any tank in my opinion. Coming up next, we have Final Fantasy X, and this will come out on June 29th, and this banner will have Tidus, Riku, and Waka. So if you don't already know, Tidus and Riku are really sought after, and yeah, let me tell you why. So first, Tidus is ranked 99 out of 100 on JP after enhancements, but before that, he still has really good stuff in his kit. He comes with a 30% dodge, auto refresh for MP, LB increase or limit burst increase. He has innate beast, bird, and demon killers, if I'm not wrong, and he has an attack much like Soju or Eileen, where basically what it does is it does damage plus gives you an element. So for Tidus, if you haven't already figured out, he's going to get water element from this attack. And he has a multi-hit attack which does a lot of good things when you're chaining with other Tiduses. Apparently it's quite tricky to train with other units, but if you have a friend Tidus, it's pretty much like how Orlando chains really well with another Orlando. So next, Riku comes with a team auto revive, and that's a limit burst. So basically what happens is you cast it, and if you die, you immediately get resurrected. This is very important in the upcoming trials because team wipes will be pretty common, especially if you don't have a strong team or strong TMRs. Next, she also has team HP recovery, plus silence, petrify, and poison cure. So it's sort of a hybrid between Kyora or Kyuraja as well as Asuna. She also has a AoE team revive, much like Tilith. So for those of you who don't have her, you can, yeah, I recommend you hard pull for Riku because she is really good. She also comes with a attack that does fixed damage of 19998, along with two other things. So the way you get this attack is you basically cast a skill first, which enables you, or which allows you to do 3 new attacks, and this is one of them. So it's pretty interesting. Next, we have Waka, and Waka isn't that great, or isn't rated really high, 84 out of 100 on JP. But he is interesting in the sense that he comes with the Bird Killer, up to 75% extra. He has another attack which also does I think 210% extra damage. but it also has an extra 50% bird killer, so I guess if you're fighting a bird, Waka could be really useful. He's also able to boost your whole team's water resist, so that's pretty interesting. And his Trust Mastery is a throwing weapon which does or gives you an extra 117 damage. I'm guessing maybe Cloud of Darkness could use this pretty well, or it depends what other units are released by that time or in the future. Finally, we have come to the last announcement, or one of the most hyped announcements that everyone's been hoping for. So basically what we'll be getting is about 48 free pulls, or 48 pulls in general if I'm not wrong. And the way this is going to work is, number one, you'll get a daily free pull every day for a certain period, and you will have a one-time free 10+1 pull. So these will not be affected by any banner, and you have an equal chance of getting whatever unit. So I think it's still pretty cool given that we're just getting free pulls, good for TMRs, and you still have a chance of getting a rainbow. And on top of this, you will have the chance to pull a 5-star guaranteed 10+1 pull. And the way you do this is you still have to save up 5,000 lapis if I'm not wrong, and when you pull you basically will get at least one rainbow crystal. And yeah, I'm pretty much hoping for someone like Orlando or Eileen or any chainer, because that's what my team needs. So let me know what you guys are hoping to pull through this 10+1 pull in the comments down below. If you enjoyed content like this, please give me a thumbs up, it really helps the channel, and don't forget to subscribe for more future content. Peace!